Let's face it, you're not going to become rich by spending all your money. As the old saying goes, the best way to make money is to save it. So how much should you save? And what should you do with the money you do save? Well, make sure to stay to the end of the video as we go over all that and more. As always, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe. Before you think about putting money aside, you should have some idea as to what you want to use your money on, or at least how much you'd like to save. For example, do you plan on saving for a new car in 5 years? Do you want to put enough money away so that you can travel next summer? Or are you like me, where you need enough cash saved up so that if something were to happen with your income, you would still be able to pay all of your bills and expenses without having to borrow from someone else? Well, establishing savings goals will help give direction and purpose behind each dollar that is set aside. Now that you've figured out what you're saving for, let's determine how much you need to save. A lot of like-minded people use the 10% rule, which simply means you should be setting aside at least 10% of your paycheck for savings. This is a great goal to shoot for in order to feel comfortable about your financial future. If you can't do it all at once, start by putting away 1% and work up from there. Trust me, every dollar will add up eventually. As for me, I like to set aside 20%, but I am able to do so by cutting down my other expenses. A lot of people tend to put their money in a savings account with their bank. This isn't necessarily a bad idea, as a lot of banks will give you 1 to 2% return on your money. However, you have to ask yourself, how long do I plan on not touching this money? If you plan on keeping it there until you retire, my advice is to open a Roth IRA savings. If you plan on keeping it for 5 years or less, my advice is to invest in an I bond, which can generate you up to 9% back on your money every year. If you want to have the ability to constantly access your savings, my advice would be to open up a Marcus savings account, which can give you more than 2.5% back every year. If you don't have a Marcus account, be sure to check the link in the bio so we can both potentially get an extra percent on our savings. Whenever you save money, you are actively not spending it on something. Money should be treated as a tool of advancement for your personal self rather than a crutch that you need to constantly keep in check. The end game is to have your money work for you so that you never have to step foot in a 9 to 5 ever again. To achieve this, make sure you are allotting your money towards different goals in a structured manner and don't overspend on things you shouldn't be. Think about it like this. Would you rather live your best life now and struggle financially your whole life? Or would you rather grind for the next 5 years and live your fullest life however you please after? This question is what drives a lot of people towards success, and I hope it'll drive you too.